is Dawn with Healing Mama Wellness. How are you today? No, I mean, how are you really doing today? How do you feel? And not just how do you feel emotionally, but also how do you feel physically? Is your body holding on to maybe some of the things that your mind is trying to forget? That happens. You feel tense anywhere? That's an example of that. Let me ask you this. When you wake up each morning, are you grateful and full of peace? Or are you just already running down that to-do list for the day and racing to beat that clock? Well, let's be honest here. We live in a society that is dominated with the hustle culture mindset. What that gets us is a culture dominated by screen time and check boxes and to-do list, and then making more to-do lists and checking more boxes. We are running on the hamster wheel of more. And this often causes us to feel less than because we just can't keep up. We weren't made for that. Where does that get us? Ask yourself this. What is the outcome of the constant push for more? As a practicing nurse practitioner, I can tell you that every day I see firsthand the impact of this hustle culture on our own health, as well as on the health of our communities, right? So we have become more depressed, more anxious, more stressed out. We've even become more isolated, even when we're in a crowd of people. We have more chronic disease than ever, poor sleep, increased headaches, burnout, and the list just goes on and on and on. Whew. We push ourselves beyond our boundaries to meet deadlines or to please others. Our face-to-face relationship time, well, that's been diminished and replaced with virtual contacts and or texting. And through all of this, we feel more isolated and alone than ever. All of this is the perfect recipe for an increase in chronic disease. And I don't mean disease just as we know it as a medical condition that you might come to me or your primary care provider for, one that's going to get you a prescription for managing specific signs and symptoms. What I'm talking about is the dis-ease within our bodies, our spirits, and our overall life. The unbalanced existence that has become the normal baseline in today's culture. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, we do not need to buy into this toxic productivity mindset. In fact, when we do buy into this mindset, it often leads to a negative impact on your life, the quality of your life in the long run. And that's mentally, physically, and emotionally. Running that hustle culture full speed requirement without rest increased all of the things that I mentioned earlier in this video. It worsens our mental health. It absolutely increases the risk of our physical illness and disease. There has been extensive research in this area, and you can check that out or let me know if you'd like an article. I'll share that. That has shown that all of this hustle culture can lead to things like a weakened immune function, an increase of cardiovascular disease, increased anxiety and depression, like I mentioned before, substance use, and that includes alcohol and drugs, but then a lot of other things that we don't really think of as a problem, such as disordered eating, extensive use of caffeine products, those large drinks, and gambling. We also see a sustained increase in cortisol, and that's the stress hormone, which impacts so many areas of our lives, such as sleep dysfunction and weight gain. And I have to tell you, this list goes on and on and on of the negative impacts the hustle culture has had on us. So what do? So we look for solutions to quiet down that chaos that often leaves us worse than where we were when we started. Yeah, so how do we do that? One of the answers is right under your feet. We need to return to our roots to cultivate the relationship within ourselves. We need to shut off the hustle culture and spend time out in nature. I speak about this not only as a trained medical provider, but also as a woman who has personally been impacted by the effects of the hustle culture. And I mean, these effects left me both physically and mentally just broken. And that was until I was introduced to nature immersion work and the science behind it. Through my personal nature immersion work, I have been reminded of really kind of what is important in my life. And being in nature like I am out here today has allowed me to realize my true place in this world. Being immersed in nature teaches me that I'm not separate from, but I'm rather part of this beautiful tapestry that we call life. Nature teaches me to slow down, take that sacred pause that I deserve, that my body and my mind needs for health, to be whole, to be authentically connected to life. My personal journey with nature connection has been so profound that I wanted to share that with others. And this was the reason I became a certified forest therapy guide. And then I went on and became a certified eco-nidra teacher. And with these incredible skills that have changed my life, I'm able to introduce others in my personal life, in my practice, and in my community to the attainable and proven health benefits of nature. As a medical professional, I work as an addiction specialist. As a person with lived experience, I see how nature has improved my recovery. And as a medical provider, I get to see how nature immersions have improved the recovery of others. Because of this, I actually founded Eco Recovery, which is based on the beautiful art of eco-nidra, which focuses on the changes experienced with addicted mind. And that is what Eco Recovery does. Yeah. It's amazing to watch the physical changes when a person comes in and they're just kind of struggling with stuff, to see that person, and then at the end of the eco recovery session, to kind of get to see how their face changes and their body softens and how much more relaxed they are. The simple ability to rest for one of these sessions gives the body and the mind the restorative relaxation that it needs, and it's incredible. So whether you are in recovery or active use, the impact of this work is just profound. I encourage all of you watching this video today to explore the research on how nature immersion can help you increase your health and help you increase your wellness. Better yet, I encourage you to give yourself the gift of a nature immersion experience and feel it firsthand. You deserve that. Return to your roots to heal and to breathe deep. Hit the pause button on that chaos. Trust me, it's always going to be there when you're done. When we gift ourselves time in nature, we heal. And when we heal, our communities heal. I always say that when we raise the health and wellness of just one person, we raise the health and wellness of our communities as a whole. To join me in a nature immersion experience, you can go to my website, and that's at healingmamawellness.com, and click on the tabs event. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now go get outside and enjoy that nature.